What's up guys, it's Darren Sahlstrom coming at you here. Just a quick how-to video on how to catch channel catfish. There's just a few basic things you should know. One is location. You got to understand the lake or the river system that you're going to. Make sure that there's catfish in that lake. When you figure out a good spot to go on a lake or a river, a lot of times if you're fishing under a bridge or by kind of a drop off, that's always kind of nice. It seems like channel catfish are pretty aggressive. They seem to bite year round. I live in Minnesota and I've been catching them. We caught some through the ice this year. As far as what to use, as far as the gear, the setup you're going to use, I would suggest using a heavier line with a heavy rod and reel. I mean, some of these catfish can get really big. They put up a really nice fight. And if you have weak rods and reels, you're either not gonna be able to reel them in, or you're gonna have to set the drag really high and it's gonna break your pole, break your line. And I can kind of show you what I'm using, given I'm fishing in a lake where the catfish, they get pretty large, but I've never seen them come out of here that's more than like 12 or 14 pounds. But we catch a lot in the 6 to 8 to 10 range. And I'm using a Mojo Bass St. Croix rod with a Fluger President reel. Had this reel for forever. It's a really nice reel. I think they're like 60 bucks if you get them in the store, not on sale, but it's been really nice. But a St. Croix rod, this is pretty much like a bass rod, Mojo Bass. I mean, it's really not the heaviest rod. In fact, I even had the tip replaced on this one because it was busted off. But as you can see, I'm using a bell, and this bell has worked really nice. You can kind of catfish and relax and hang out with your family or do whatever you do while you're catfishing. It's really convenient. It's just really fun. You hear that bell going off, you come take it off and set the hook, and there you go. But again, first off, get a rod and reel if you don't have one. I'd rather be fishing and hook into a fish and not catch it than to not go fishing at all because you don't have any gear. So get some gear and head out to the lake or the river, and well, you're gonna need some bait. Beef liver seems to have been the best that I've found. I've also caught a lot of catfish on night crawlers, but I've also caught them on minnows. So sometimes you get some big creek chubs or fatheads. I mean, they've gone after those. I've caught plenty on those. And then also, I've even caught some channel catfish on crankbaits or jigs. Just sometimes they get really aggressive. I wouldn't say you should target them that way because you're not going to catch as many. But occasionally you'll catch a catfish, a channel catfish on a crankbait, which I think is crazy. But some other alternative baits are hot dogs. I've heard people like to use hot dogs. Some people really like to use kernels of corn. They just string the corn on there. Works really good. Oh, and I didn't mention, I really like to use circle hooks in a heavy sinker. So if I'm fishing on a lake today, so I don't need to have real heavy sinkers because all I'm doing is casting out, letting it sit on the bottom. If I was fishing on a river, there's a current, you're gonna need some heavier weight to keep it where it is. But right now I'm just running a pretty good size split shot sinker and a fairly large circle hook, and I'll show you what those look like here. I'll pull one out for you. I just bought these. As you can tell, it looks super new. Doesn't look like I've ever been fishing before, but these actually seem to work really well. I only just got these recently, but as you can see, the shape, these are advertised where you're not supposed to have to set the hook. You should be able to just let the fish set the hook. It's really rigid and strong because I've had some, oh, look at guys, I'm getting a bite. Watch this, watch that, watch that. Oh, I'm gonna catch this thing. Can you record? Oh boy. If you guys don't think this works, well, just take a look what's happening right now. And I can show you guys my setup that I'm using when I get this fish in. Oh, usually I would use my landing net, but this one's pretty small. So I'm just gonna take him like that.
Nice.
Oh, not a bad cat. This is a pretty small one, but there's a lot of meat on this. There's actually, there's no bones, and you get the meat all the way from here down to the tail, and there's not a bone in it. So it's really nice. But since I got my cousin here to record, there's the liver that's on there, and the circle hook, if I can just pop it out. I'm actually gonna grab my Leatherman here. If you guys don't have a nice trusty Leatherman or tool, I prefer Leatherman. I've had this one for a long time. It's the Leatherman Sidekick. But I'm just gonna toss this fish right up on the short. We're gonna eat him for supper. But slide this bait up. There's that circle hook I was telling you guys about. Man, it really does a good job. I like these a lot. And then for the sinkers, it's got a couple split shot sinkers on there. You just clamp them on there with the pliers. Don't use your teeth. I've done that. It's not smart. So again, we're just fishing in a lake, so it doesn't really matter. There's no current. It's not going to go anywhere, so you don't need a lot of weight. But it's a little bit windy, so it kind of helps. But yeah, so we didn't even stage that. I didn't even pay that fish something, you know, to bite at the right time, but that was great.
I heard the bell and I was like, oh.
Thanks, Johan. Oh. Wow.
Yours is smaller than mine, so I better play it up.
Yeah.
I want to set one.
Good deal. So it's pretty simple setup, guys. I don't know, like I said, Mojo Bass, St. Croix rod is what I'm using, Fluger, President reel, and just this medium action fishing rod. I don't even know how many. It's probably about a 6-foot rod. If you're gonna fish in a big river system and you can catch 50-pound catfish, you better have a big ugly stick and a big rod and reel that can handle it. And not to mention, I wouldn't fish with anything less than 12 or 15-pound test. And if you're going for big catfish, I'd say get them a lot. I'd say get 25-pound test. Those things pull a lot of weight. So yeah, there's a few tips, and I might have some more for you. What I didn't do just now is use a landing net. That one was pretty small, so I figured I'd just land it like that. But get a good landing net. That's gonna help your success rate go up as far as securing the fish. And have some fun with it, guys. So hopefully this video helps. And but I'm gonna cast back out and catch a few more, because they're really coming in now. My cousin just caught one just a few minutes ago, caught a 6-pounder, and I think that one maybe a 4.5, but man, they clean up nice and they eat well. So anyways, blessings, you guys. Peace out. Nice.
Just a snag.
Oh, just a snag. Well then, give the pole to me. I can reel it in a snag. Sounds like a drag.
Very funny snag. Oh, it's alive. Living snag. Oh,
Hey.
Yeah, it's good.
I suppose we gotta try to. Ooh, this one's got lots of spots on it.
This looks like a sheephead.
No, it's a catfish. Son, stay right here. Sit. Johan's 1 for 1. This one's got some like, nasty algae stuff on him.
Still in.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it'll be good.
Just flay it up.
Nicely done. Sure could. Right at 6. Yeah, you were. Well done. 6-pounder. Not a bad fish. Not a bad fish.
Flay it now?
I'm not gonna play it right now. You can if you'd like. I have other things I need to take care of. Nice job, Johan.